Oh, son, what's good, my boy? All fucked up, got sawdust all on me and shit like that. But this just came in my dome while I was driving home. Oh, I'm rhyming on your ass. Passion will always trump discipline. And this is coming from someone who has complete discipline. I've read all of David Goggins' books. I've read all this shit on discipline, atomic habits, all this shit, and implemented it in my life, and it's bettered me. But passion will always trump discipline. Let me explain. A lot of people nowadays, they praise discipline and disciplined individuals because the majority is very weak. The majority is just a slave to their own fucking impulses and frivolous lust and all these bullshit desires they have. When in reality, they see a person that holds a high level of discipline as this beaming, shining light sticking out through all of them. When they don't really realize that a lot of these little shining lights of discipline, they use their whole discipline, their daily routine, the shit that they do and they brag about, is a crutch. If they lost it, they would lose most of their meaning in life. They would lose most of their purpose. They would lose a lot of their things that make them feel adequate in life. All this shit is, for a lot of people, is like a coping mechanism to see if they're doing something. You can be going to the gym every day. You can have a job that provides you enough money to get by and do some shit that you like doing. You can read, journal, meditate, make some sort of online video, do all this shit and culminate all these daily tasks in one day where you almost have zero free time. And at the end of it, you lay your head on your pillow and you're like, but you take one of those fucking habits away and you have some outside circumstance that usually this is what happens. Some outside variable comes into the mix and it fucks it up and you feel like, you start having an existential crisis. You're like, what the fuck, dude? I can't do that. And you either have two routes. You can either start changing your routines because you realize how fucking impenetrable they are. You realize that they are not impenetrable. In fact, they are very easy they can fall apart very easily. You can go that route or you can go this route, or just like, fuck, what do I do? Fall back in all your bad habits and fuck off. Now, the reason why I still will preach discipline as a great tool. If you're a weak fucking person like the majority of people are nowadays, if you have a hard time accomplishing your goals, discipline will work. But discipline lacks passion. It lacks a sense of like a innovation and a greater purpose and a great vision of grandeur. See, the problem with discipline is it starts to get to a point where you're like, all right, I got to do this today, I got to do this today. And there will be ups and downs. Some days you will have exerted more energy, so you have less energy to do the other tasks. So then you start half-assing them and just checking them off a list. You start treating it like something like, all right, I can check that off the list. That's how it starts becoming. But with a passion, like a Steve Jobs with Apple, an Elon Musk with his companies, a Bill Gates with Microsoft, most of these very highly regarded entrepreneurs, as well as highly regarded engineers of these things, these backbones of them, like, hello?
Hey, Cameron,
Yes, sir.
were you close by Bobby?
No, I'm at home now.
Oh, you're at home?
What's happening?
Okay. Well, nothing. He was by yesterday, but my insurance company, they totaled this camper out. Can you believe that?
Really?
Yeah. So they're going to pay it off. My God. Here I've been trying to get rid of it.
Well, there you go. You got lucky on that one, didn't you?
Well, and I get money back, too.
Well, that's good.
Pay it off. But Bobby wanted to buy it. And because USAA will either pick it up or leave it here. And if he wants to buy it, then they turn it over to salvage. And they'll sell it to him for $8,575.
Really?
A $40 camper, there ain't nothing matter with it. All you gotta do is go put a new awning on it.
You said 80. Yeah, I can give him a call for you. I gotta talk to him here in a little bit anyways about some work stuff tomorrow. So, oh, got a phone call, so I got a little off track. But when we talk about passion, passion is this intense desire, almost like how much conviction I speak with because I'm so passionate about telling my points and the way my brain thinks to other people to put this out in the world. I kind of consider this like a video journal that I can look back and reflect on what my point of mind is at that time. And you see these great innovators because passion leads to innovation. Passion is this obsessive work. People talk so much about work-life balance and all this shit. You need that when you lack passion. I see so many fucking YouTubers these days where they'll get like 10, 20,000 subscribers off a couple videos. They'll only put out a couple videos. I've put out over 120 videos, got 65 subscribers. Still do it because I'm passionate about the message behind it. These motherfuckers only work off of like some inspiration. Oh, I don't feel motivated to make my video today. I gotta do this artistic hard video. It's so hard. And you see them have these sporadic like month-long periods without uploading. And then whenever they do upload, it's some fucking Nietzsche depressive Camus bullshit video of them being like, I just turned 20 today. And it's all these B-roll camera shots and all this shit of them trying to express themselves. And it's like, bro, be a man. What the fuck you doing, dog? You sitting there like, oh, I just don't know. It's like, what is the point of it? They have like all these like ideals in their video. And it's like, motherfucker, you aren't even disciplined to start with. Passion, to be passionate about something, you have to be disciplined to achieve that passion. So, that's why I say discipline is not bad. Because the ultimate goal up from discipline is passion about finding something you are passionate about, or you work those sleepless nights, or you work those birthdays where the only thing you want for the birthday is to be able to work more and have all your relationships halted. It's the thing that people throw away their relationships before because they're so passionate about this. Elon Musk said this amazing thing. That I totally agree with. People are asking him, what is your best advice for like young 20-year-old people? And he said, well, I guess I would just say, try to be useful. Try to be useful. We often forget that, don't we? Because we go and we'll work this shitty job, but I'm not talking about working a shitty job so you can eventually better yourself. Working a job with no intention of a future just to get a quick little paycheck so you can go have fun on the weekends or buy weed or just fuck off and do bullshit. That's the way a lot of people my age do. That's what they do. It's all hedonism. It's only based off of what feels good. Oh, this feels good. This doesn't feel good. This is uncomfortable. This is comfortable. I'm going to go for that comfortable thing. That's what they all do. So they don't get anywhere because they haven't even got the groundings of discipline. You have to have discipline. I'm not making this video to shit and say discipline is bullshit. But when you do not evolve from discipline, then you just kind of stay stuck in a realm of, all right, I do this, and you get nowhere. And it will really start to lead you to, it can almost come back like a loop. Like you started all these bad habits, you get to about here with discipline, and instead of going like just completely off the fucking loop up somewhere new into passion, you just circle back around to bad habits because you got depressed because you got nowhere with your discipline. You have to find something that you are passionate about. I have a note in my fucking thing. These videos I'm passionate about, but I'm realistic about things. I want to be as useful as possible in this life. I think I'm making a good trajectory of it right now. Building houses for people, helping older people, doing all these things, helping people online with these videos of education, philosophy, ideas, so on and so forth. I feel like I'm making a good step. But I'm realistic, and I realize this is not my maximum potential of usefulness. I have a quote in here that says, or not a quote, I guess it'd be a quote from myself. It's like, I want to be as useful as possible, but I'm limited right now. I want to change the world. What is my innovation? This is the question that I allow all the noise from distractions to quiet, and I allow just wherever we get our thoughts to come in, to constantly ponder the question, what am I going to innovate on? What am I going to have new ideas from? So and so, just over and over and over. I thought I wanted to make this program. I was going to teach myself coding online. I was going to teach myself coding because I had this idea to start a platform where it was like Google Maps, but you go on there and it's all linked to people who like certain influencers online through self-improvement, and they can meet up and start businesses together with other people and just kind of spiderweb entrepreneurship throughout like a map system, and it's all in your local area. And I had a bunch of ideas to like make it safe and so on and so forth, but I put a pause on that idea. It still culminates in my brain, but it's like I constantly am looking for things. I could always stay in my general contractor route and just kind of scale up and scale up. I mean, scaling up kind of trumps anything, trumps the whole like limiter of time as like doing the general construction yourself. But whenever it comes to like my actual ideals, I have so many fucking ideas on certain things, and I just got to figure out the certain ways to put them into action. I spent a whole year of 2021. I spent the whole year of 2022 kind of procrastinating, wanting to do videos, wanting to do this, wanting to do that. And I finally have took this year's action, and I'm trying to figure out a hole to kind of place myself and allow my roots to grew down, and allow my trunk to grow up, if that makes any sense. I'm trying to figure that out. And I believe that this is a point that might take another year for me to figure out. And I just think of all the other people who, one, don't have discipline and aren't even to this process yet. They haven't gone through the period of procrastination. The people who have gone through procrastination are still on like the fucking cycle of discipline where it gets nowhere. And I feel like the main answer to all of it is a passion. You might have to just pick something that you feel is like a really good business that you could just focus all your time on, because I do believe passion will eventually come with something. I believe that after a certain amount of time, the passion will stick. You'll start getting passionate about it once you start seeing results with things. But I'm not completely there yet because I contradict my opinions on certain things a lot. Like, I know for a fact that I hate dealing with a lot of the fucking clients in the construction business because a lot of them are fucking assholes. A lot of them are assholes, and I just don't really like dealing with the whole nature of things. It'd be probably a hobby I'm going to keep for the rest of my life. But whenever it comes down to true innovation, I want to make something. I want to do something as revolutionary as putting a phone that's tied to everybody and almost made us like cyborgs for how dependent we are on it. I want to make something that is impactful I want to make something that's as impactful as like a PayPal, like a payment processing unit. I want to make something as impactful as Tesla. I want to make something as impactful as these companies. And I just haven't figured that out yet. But I'm pondering it and I'm searching for it every single fucking day. Every single second of the day, I'm trying to gain as much knowledge as I possibly can while also balancing my other tasks that I have to do. And that's where I utilize my discipline. Because I really could just come home like most people in the construction business do, open up a beer and just fuck off and watch movies with my grandpa, go outside and smoke cigars and just hang the fuck out, or go hang out with some of the women down at the bar and shit like that and get my dick sucked. But it's like at the end of the day, that's not what I want. That seems very comfortable and seems very fun in the back of my mind, but I know it's not going to go towards the goals that I have. I know that it's going to hinder me. So that's some of the shifts that will help you get towards discipline, is making those realizations of what will hinder you versus what will accelerate your growth as a person. For me, it's not drinking alcohol, not smoking weed, and not doing a lot of vices that I used to indulge in. It's having complete mindfulness over my actions that day. And the discipline will guide you, but you need to have passion. Right now I have a couple passions, but I want to find one solid passion to focus on all my utilities on. So anyway, a little ramble on the end about myself, but it has a hidden message behind it, which is you need to find a passion. Get a little bit of discipline, then find passion, but at the end of the day, passion trumps discipline. Chase paper and enjoy nature, old son. Have a great day.